Coco Gauff's mother Candi hypes up son Codey for incredible performance during baseball match. Home run spirit. Coco Gauff's mother Candi cheers Codey to glory on the baseball field. In the sun-drenched heart of Delray Beach, Florida, the energy on the baseball diamond was electric. The crowd buzzed with excitement as families gathered for a Saturday league game, featuring one of the area's rising Little League stars, Codey Gauff, the younger brother of tennis phenomenon Coco Gauff. But Codey wasn't the only Gauff turning heads that day. Standing just behind the dugout, animated and vibrant, was Candi Gauff, not only the proud mother of tennis's brightest young star, Coco, but also a fiery supporter of her son's burgeoning baseball dreams. And on that day, she was in full hype mode, a one-woman cheering squad who brought the same spirited support she gave Coco on the courts to the bleachers of a local ball field. The build-up, a family of champions. The Gauff family name has become synonymous with excellence. Coco's meteoric rise to tennis stardom has brought international fame, but what many outside the family circle don't realize is that athletic greatness runs in the bloodline. Candi, a former track and field standout, and Codey, a college basketball player turned coach, have always raised their children to believe in discipline, ambition, and the power of encouragement. And while Coco has dominated headlines, Codey has been quietly forging his own identity, with a bat, glove, and base-stealing speed that has made him a standout in Florida's competitive youth baseball circuit. Game day, Candi in command. On this particular afternoon, the heat was relentless, but Candi Gauff's energy was hotter. Dressed in a white sun hat, sunglasses, and a custom t-shirt that read Team Codey, "Swing big or go home," she embodied the role of a supermom. "Let's go, Codey," she shouted as her son stepped up to the plate in the fifth inning. His team, the East Florida Mariners, was down by 2 runs. Tension was high, and the pitcher was known for his vicious curveball. Parents clapped politely. Some sat in their folding chairs, quietly sipping iced tea. But Candi was a force. She paced near the fence like a tennis coach at Wimbledon, urging her son to keep his shoulders square and watch the ball like it's a math test. A reference only a school-loving Codey could appreciate. "Come on, baby. You've got that Gauff fire. Show him what you got," she hollered. The first pitch zipped by. "Strike 1. Okay, Candi nodded. "That's the warm-up. Now dial in." From a few rows behind, another parent chuckled. "You'd think she was calling the World Series," he said. But no one was mocking. There was admiration. In an age where so many parents coach from the sidelines with criticism, Candi's energy was pure love and hype. Crack of the bat, heart of the family. Then it happened. Second pitch. Codey pivoted his back foot, eyes locked, and swung. Crack. The unmistakable sound of solid contact echoed through the park. The ball soared over the shortstop's head, bouncing just shy of the center field fence. Codey sprinted like he was chasing destiny. By the time the fielder retrieved it, Codey had rounded second and was sliding into third safe, with a triple that had parents jumping to their feet. Candi screamed, leaped, and clapped like her son had just won the U.S. Open. "That's my boy. That's Codey Gauff," she yelled, before turning to the family next to her, beaming. "You see that hustle? That's Gauff DNA, baby." Coco, who had been sitting quietly with a baseball cap pulled low, laughed with pride. Her little brother, always in her corner during tournaments, was now the star, and Candi was making sure the whole park knew it. A champion's influence. Later in the game, after another run batted in by Codey tied the game, a few parents approached Candi. "You've raised some serious athletes," one said. Candi smiled, sweat glistening on her forehead. "It's not just about athletics. It's about heart. I tell my kids, win or lose, always show up with heart." Coco plays with it, and now Codey's got it too. When asked if Coco's success adds pressure to her other kids, Candi shook her head. "Coco has never wanted to be the spotlight hog. She hypes up Codey just like I do. We're a team." Indeed, Coco's gentle support had been present all day. She cheered quietly, fist-bumped her brother after his triple, and signed a few autographs for young fans who had recognized her. But she never overshadowed Codey. "This is his day," she said with a grin. "He's got Mom out here acting like she's on ESPN. I love it." The final play. Bottom of the seventh. 2 outs. Score tied. Codey was on second after drawing a walk and stealing a base. The next batter connected with a slow roller to shortstop. Codey bolted for home. The throw came in high. The catcher jumped, and Codey slid under the tag. Safe. Game over. Mariners win. The team mobbed Codey, who came up from the dirt grinning from ear to ear. But the loudest cheer, without a doubt, came from behind the chain-link fence, where Candi jumped up and down, arms raised, shouting like her soul had taken flight. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Post-game glory. After the game, players and parents mingled near the concession stand. Candi wiped sweat from her brow as Codey gulped down a sports drink. I could hear you the whole time, he said sheepishly. Good, she replied. You play better when I'm loud. You were louder than the umpire, Coco teased. That's the point, Candi laughed. The world can get noisy. I want my noise to be the one my kids remember, the one that lifts them up. As the sun began to set and the ballpark began to empty, Candi stood in the middle of it all. A mother, a motivator, a matriarch of a sporting dynasty still unfolding. Whether it was center court at Arthur Ashe Stadium or the dusty baseline of a Florida baseball field, she was the same, fierce, loving, and always hyping up her children like they were champions of the world. Because to her, they already were. Epilogue. Beyond the dugout. News of the game made its way around local sports blogs, with one headline reading, Coco Gauff's brother hits walk-off slide, fueled by MVP mom. Social media lit up with short clips of Candi's sideline celebrations, dubbed by some fans as Coach Candi's greatest hits. One even joked, ESPN needs to mic her up. The buzz didn't faze the Gauffs. For them, it wasn't about viral fame or viral tweets. It was about love, support, and legacy. As Coco prepared to return to the pro circuit, and Codey looked forward to his next game, one thing was clear. With Candi Gauff in your corner, no dream is too big, no stage too small. And the sound of her voice, cheering you on, just might be the soundtrack of the next great sports story. Ask ChatGPT. The dugout roar. Candi Gauff's cheer echoes beyond the diamond. On a sun-drenched Saturday afternoon in Delray Beach, Florida, the stands were packed, the smell of grilled hot dogs drifted in the air, and the buzz of anticipation swirled around the bleachers like warm wind. But amid the sea of baseball caps and chatter, one voice rose above all others. Not a coach, not a player, not even an announcer. It was the voice of Candi Gauff. Yes, that Candi Gauff, mother to tennis superstar Coco Gauff, and a celebrated figure in her own right, was not at Wimbledon, not at the U.S. Open, but here, front row at a community baseball field, pacing the fence line like a lioness, heart thumping as her youngest child, Codey Gauff, took the field. This wasn't just another youth baseball game. It was the semifinals of the regional championships, and Codey's team, the Delray Eagles, was up against the undefeated Miami Storm. At just 11 years old, Codey was already making headlines locally for his agility, pitching accuracy, and baseball IQ that rivaled kids years older. But today, he wasn't just going to play well. He was going to do something unforgettable. And his mother, always his biggest believer, could feel it in her bones. A mother's voice. Candi stood beside the dugout wearing a Delray Eagles t-shirt, sunglasses, and a proud smile that rivaled the Florida sun. Her cheers were loud and spirited, cutting through the hum of the crowd. Let's go, Codey. Show him what you're made of, baby. Nearby parents chuckled, already used to her signature sideline enthusiasm. But this wasn't performative. It was genuine, full-hearted hype. Candi had always been that way. Fiercely supportive, intensely present. Whether it was Coco stepping onto center court at Roland Garros or Codey gripping a bat on a dusty Florida diamond, Candi was there, cheering like the world depended on it. As the game began, Codey jogged to the pitcher's mound, glove in hand, eyes laser-focused. The Storm's lineup was stacked with power hitters, including their 6-foot-tall cleanup batter nicknamed Tank. But Codey didn't flinch, and from the stands came the chant that would become the day's anthem. Codey on the mound, storm going down. Candi led it. The bleachers followed. The calm before the clutch. The early innings were tense. Codey struck out 2 in the first inning with precision pitches that danced just off the plate. But in the third, a fielding error allowed 2 runs, and the Eagles fell behind 2-0. Candi clapped hard, unfazed. "Shake it off, Eagles. Codey, you've got ice in your veins, just like your sister." Coco, sitting beside her in oversized shades and a baseball cap pulled low, laughed and joined in. "Come on, lil bro," she hollered. "You got this." It was a special moment. For years, Coco had carried the family name on global courts, and now, under the same relentless Florida sun where she once trained as a child, it was Codey's moment to shine. And just like his sister had so many times before, Codey found his fire when it mattered most. The bottom of the 6th. The score was tied 2-2. 2 outs. 1 runner on third. And guess who was up to bat? Codey. The stadium, small though it was, fell into a hushed tension. Candi stood, both hands clenched together, praying, whispering encouragement through gritted teeth. "Stay patient, Codey, see it, feel it." The Miami Storm's pitcher, a lanky southpaw with a nasty curve, threw a blistering first strike. Candi didn't flinch. "Good eye, baby, now make it yours." The second pitch was a high fastball, ball 1. Then another, ball 2. Now 2-1. Candi stomped her foot like she was pounding the pulse of the universe into the dirt. The fourth pitch came down the middle, and Codey swung with all the force of every backyard practice, every post-school drill, every evening game of catch with his dad. Crack! The bat made a clean, satisfying sound as the ball soared, not high, but fast, ripping through the infield like a bullet. The Miami shortstop dove, but it was too late. The runner at third sprinted home. Game over. 3-2. Delray wins. The victory lap. The crowd erupted. Codey rounded first, jumping into the arms of his teammates. But before the dog pile could even begin, he turned, eyes searching the crowd. And there she was, hands in the air, screaming louder than anyone. "That's my boy." Candi ran down the fence line, laughing, shouting, her energy as powerful as a championship trophy. And in a moment both hilarious and heartwarming, she climbed halfway onto the dugout roof, waving a homemade sign Coco had made. "Go Codey! Home run heart!" The reporters from the Palm Beach Sports Review snapped photos, already knowing this story would make the front page. When the team returned to the dugout, Codey beamed. His face glistened with sweat and dirt, but his eyes sparkled. Candi rushed up, arms open. "You were incredible, Codey. You kept your cool like a pro. I could hear you the whole time." He grinned. "Even through my helmet." "That's how it should be," she said. "Just like I used to be in Coco's corner, now I'm in yours. Front row every time." Sister, star, and supporter. After the game, while Codey was being interviewed by a local sports network, Coco stood beside her mom, arm around her shoulder. "You really went off, Mom." "I had to." Candi smiled. "You think your brother's gonna remember what I said? Probably not, but he'll always remember how I made him feel." Coco nodded. "That's what makes you special." And then, without warning, she burst into a freestyle chant, her tennis fame forgotten for a moment. "Codey at the plate, ain't no debate. He crushed that pitch and sealed our fate." Candi joined in, laughing, and soon the crowd picked up the chant again as Codey emerged from his interview like a miniature Derek Jeter. More than a game. What happened that day wasn't just a baseball win. It was a family's heartbeat made visible. It was the echo of encouragement passed from one sibling to another. It was a mother's love, vibrant, loud, and unshakable, shining through the fence like Florida sunshine. Coco Gauff, educator, motivator, and proud mom, had done it again. She had helped another Gauff child believe that greatness was not only possible, it was expected. And more importantly, it was joyful. The world might know her daughter as a Grand Slam champion, a cultural icon, a symbol of Gen Z brilliance. But on that day, she was Codey's mom, the one who led the cheers, brought the energy, and screamed her heart out. And in a world full of headlines, this one mattered most to the Gauff family. Codey's day. A diamond star rises, powered by mom's roar.